Have you ever wondered how empathy could change the way you lead and succeed? Empathy is a powerful tool that can transform the way we interact with others, and it's no different when it comes to leadership and success. As leaders, we've all been in situations where we've had to make tough decisions, manage diverse teams, and navigate conflicts. But what if I told you that there's a way to do all of this in a way that not only gets results, but also builds trust, fosters collaboration, and drives success? That way is through empathy. I want to share a story with you about a leader who embodied this concept. Her name was Rachel, and she was the CEO of a tech startup that was going through a major restructuring. The company had just received new funding, but it meant that some teams had to be downsized and people would have to be let go. Rachel knew that this would be a difficult conversation to have, but she was determined to approach it with empathy. Rachel called a meeting with the entire team and explained the situation, being transparent about the reasons behind the restructuring. She acknowledged that this would be a difficult time for everyone, but she wanted to assure them that the company would do everything in its power to support those who would be leaving. She also made herself available to answer any questions and concerns the team members had, and she actively listened to their feedback. As the news spread throughout the company, Rachel made it a point to personally reach out to each of the affected team members, offering her support and guidance throughout the transition. She understood that this was not just a business decision, but it affected real people's lives. She took the time to understand their fears, their concerns, and their hopes for the future. One team member in particular, John, was struggling to come to terms with the news. He had been with the company for over 5 years and had become an integral part of the team. Rachel sat down with him, listened to his concerns, and worked with him to find a solution that would support him during this transition. She didn't just see him as an employee, she saw him as a person with a family, with bills to pay, and with dreams for the future. The pivotal moment came when John broke down in tears during their conversation, overwhelmed by the news. Rachel didn't try to offer a quick fix or a solution. Instead, she listened, she empathized, and she validated his emotions. She told him that it was okay to feel scared, that it was okay to be angry, and that she was there to support him. In that moment, John felt seen, he felt heard, and he felt valued. The impact of Rachel's empathy was palpable. The team's morale, which could have easily plummeted, actually increased during this difficult time. People felt valued, they felt understood, and they felt seen. The company's reputation as a compassionate and caring workplace spread, and it attracted top talent who wanted to work for a leader who truly cared about her people. So, what can we learn from Rachel's story? First, empathy is not about fixing the problem, it's about understanding the person. It's about putting ourselves in their shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. Second, empathy is not a weakness, it's a strength. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to listen, and to understand. Third, empathy is not a one-time action, it's a habit. It's a way of leading that requires intention, attention, and practice. As leaders, we have the power to create a culture of empathy, to build trust, and to drive success. We can choose to lead with empathy, to understand our people, and to support them in times of need. We can choose to create a workplace where people feel valued, seen, and heard. The power of empathy is immense, and it's time for us to harness it. In conclusion, empathy is not just a nice to have, it's a must have for any leader who wants to achieve success and make a lasting impact. So, I want to ask you, have you ever had an experience where empathy made a significant difference in your life or your leadership? Share your story with me in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the power of empathy in leadership, be sure to check out my next video.